Hi, welcome to Live on KEXP at Home. I'm your host, DJ Morgan from listener-powered independent 90.3 FM KEXP in Seattle. We stream online all over the world at kexp.org and on the mobile apps. And we are so happy to continue to connect you with live music as we remain socially distant and working from home as much as possible. And all of these sessions are made possible with your support. So thank you so much for supporting KEXP. And I'm so happy to be joined today by Kiwi Jr. Hi, guys. Welcome.
Hey, DJ Morgan.
Hello.
Yay, hey. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for spending this time with us. Would you mind introducing yourselves and saying what you do in the band?
Yeah, I'm Brian, and I play guitar.
I'm Jeremy. I also play guitar, and I'm the lead singer.
I'm Broen, and I play modern day percussion.
And I'm Mike. I play bass.
Old school bass.
Old school.
Old school bass. None of that newfangled modern stuff. Well, thanks so much for being here. Where are you joining us from? Are you at one of your houses, or where are you?
Yeah, we're in my apartment in Toronto, Ontario. It's in Little Portugal, so I hope the Portuguese soccer fans don't honk too much.
Is there a match today?
Yeah, I think they're playing France.
Oh.
Might get
is that a tough rivalry?
It's a big game.
Yeah. Might get wild in the neighborhood.
Nice. We'll excuse the honking if it happens. We'll know why. So congrats on your new record, Cooler Returns, that came out just this past January of this year, and your first on Sub Pop, which is super cool. Welcome to the Seattle family, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I feel like a regular member of Frasier now.
I feel like Frasier has not been here for a hot second. Sub Pop has been here longer than Frasier at this point. What was the story of you all getting signed to Sub Pop?
Well, we put out an album in 2019 called Football Money. That came out on Mint Records and Persona Non Grata in the United States and Europe. And Sub Pop heard it, and they liked it enough to reach out to us. And we were very happy to hear from them. And yeah, our plans got a bit derailed by the pandemic, like everyone else on the planet. But they were really good about, still supporting us about, making a record and releasing it during the pandemic. So yeah, it was really cool.
That's awesome. Did they reach out to you like in 2020 while everything was happening, or was that before?
Right before, just during, I feel like it was right around when it happened, like February 2020. We got an email from one of the, I guess, A&R people there. And so it was pretty much right before it all kind of went down.
Wow, everything happened so fast. Your debut album, Football Money, that you mentioned, I imagine you were just probably starting to tour on that. Were you able to get a few shows in before everything shut down?
We had gone to the UK, and we were supposed to play New York City the weekend that everything kind of canceled on everyone. So no, we missed out on a lot of touring, but we got that one trip across the pond, and that was nice.
That is nice. I bet that helped a little bit. So I imagine Cooler Returns was probably written during the pandemic since you had just been signed to Sub Pop. How was the approach to writing and recording that record different than the first one?
I guess there was a lot in the beginning. There was a lot of home demos getting sent. Jeremy would make a demo in his apartment and send it to us, and there was massive email chains talking about how we wanted to go ahead with making the record. But there was a lot of waiting. Like, we had to basically wait for months and months before we were allowed to actually get together in a room, the four of us, to actually flesh out the songs and get them ready for the album. So it was a lot of texting and emailing in the beginning, that's for sure.
One benefit I might add as well is that it really did enable us to focus on it, right? Because the pandemic was such an enormous distraction for everybody all of the time. And so it really gave us something to focus on that wasn't that. And so we tried to keep it upbeat and put the songs together.
sounds like you had a ton of fun making it. Just based on these songs, they're just so much fun to listen to. So I'm sure they were really fun to write, and like you say, a really nice distraction from the pandemic. And you all recorded a really great live performance video for us. I'd love to get into the first couple songs from that. From the new record, Cooler Returns, we're going to hear the title track, and then we're going to hear Salaryman from the debut album, Football Money. And let's watch those right now. This is Kiwi Jr. live on KEXP at Home.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Super Bowl Sunday 2020. I did not feel well leaving the hotel. Said a long goodbye to a big dollar bill. See you again but read another will. Sherwood Forest Ranger retires. Falcon is complex and diners on fire. It's not fair to be strung out on the back of your ATV, throwing dead birds into the air, singing howdy neighbor, how do you like my new ride? And now I can see that after spending some time apart. That's the cost of doing business. That's the price for healthy horses. Big decision, Cooler Return shows. New revisions, 2 minutes to close. I don't wanna task you out, but could you break this back on the jukebox, Jody? They've got big ideas about police and thieves and graduate degrees, and I'm just trying to visualize some laundry on a line. It's my funeral from the angels I view. I get carried away in the wake of the making new. Now I'm stuck north by northeast, learning object permanence again. I am not American, but I feel the beat sometimes when I run into the screen door at the retreat, trying to learn the new lines backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, through the old racket club archway. Time to sign anyone again. I was never one for trying to win as a tape.
You ever seen a band who loves shutting off the pedals at the end of a song?
I look back on all the times when I was rude or unkind to someone just trying to help me. So often there's no time to think, but I know my body. I vomit into the sink and that's okay. Fireside talks over coffee. Nothing says home like a basket of folded white shirts. We can forgive, but we can't forget. No, not when no one shuts up about it. The snakes sleep, I can't get home. No TTC, I didn't charge my phone last night. They say a man should go to work, don't come home, just to feel like a jerk, and that's half true. I am a salary man, singing to the rock roll band. Happy, happy, joy, joy. My failures are put out to pasture. I gaze through the window, there is still poetry there. We can forgive, but we won't forget. No, not when everyone talks about it. Salarymen sleep on public benches next to the street in their new suits, shiny blue ties, polished black boots, scratchy red eyes. In the morning, crawling to the office, you can hear them sing good morning to their bosses. How dead-eyed snake, deep under the ground, dancing in the dark, slithering around. I wanna go home, let me go home. I wanna go home, let me go. Nobody loves me like you do.
It's Kiwi Jr. live on KEXP at home. I'm DJ Morgan from KEXP. You just saw their live performance videos from Salaryman, that song you just heard from Football Money, and then you heard the title track from Cooler Returns, the new record that just came out this past January on Sub Pop Records. Jeremy, you have really great lyrics that make you curious to know what's going on, like several different times throughout the course of a song. Like, wait, what was that part about? Wait, what's that part about? Like in Cooler Returns, were you actually not feeling well during Super Bowl 2020? Was there a story behind that?
Yeah, the Super Bowl 2020, it was actually Super Bowl 19, or was it?
That was 2020. We were in England.
Yeah, we were flying back from the UK, and I remember not feeling good about going on that big old airplane, and the Super Bowl was happening at the same time. So yeah, that's where that image came from. Next question.
I think it's so funny. I saw this meme about Super Bowl 2020. It was like, J-Lo and Shakira played the halftime show at that Super Bowl. And somebody was like, little did we know that J-Lo and Shakira would be playing the show to play us out for the end times.
Yeah.
So I think everybody kind of felt sick during Super Bowl 2020, honestly. Do you have a particular process for writing lyrics? Do you tell stories? Are you thinking of particular things, or is it kind of just organic?
It's a mix of a few different things. I'm constantly taking notes. Even if I don't know where an image or a line is going to fit in, just write it down. And then later on, when you're trying to think of something to fill that gap. You might have a list of potential plugs. But yeah, it just varies song to song. Like sometimes it's fun to start out with just the title if you think it makes a cool title, and then work backwards. And sometimes we'll have an instrumental kind of sketch of a song, and then I have to go and write everything, and it just depends on what we work up, I think.
Yeah. Mike, how do you all as the instrumentalists write songs together?
Again, as Jeremy mentioned, it's pretty varied for the most part. Sometimes Brian or Broen or myself will bring a riff or a melody to the table, and we'll try to get Jeremy to sign off on it. He's sort of quality controlling as he's writing lyrics. So yeah, that's a big part of it. And then just sometimes through having fun jams, we might be banging our heads against the wall trying to get one song to work. And then after a few hours, we decide to try something completely different. And then that turns out to be a song really, really quickly and instantly. Yeah.
Cool. Broen, where was the performance video filmed? I like your like city backdrop.
Chicago, right?
Yeah, I think it is Chicago. Yeah. And so it was filmed in Chicago, on the rooftops of Chicago. It was a really cold night.
Did Christopher Nolan direct it?
Yeah, Nolan. Yeah. Christopher Nolan was there.
Kiwi Jr. returns.
Yeah, and luckily everyone had their lights on just so, and it lit us up. It was a real magical moment for us and for the citizens of Chicago, I'm sure.
Did you go around and knock on all the doors and ask people to politely turn on their lights between the hours of like 9 and 11 p.m.?
Exactly, yeah. We tried to get them to spell out Kiwi Jr. in the windows, but we got a little mixed up with the doors, so that didn't work out.
It said Rurgi Wiki.
Yeah.
Brian, you're all based out of Toronto, but I read you're all from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Did you all know each other before, or did you meet later once you moved to Toronto?
No, we've all known each other from Prince Edward Island. I went to high school with Mike. Jeremy and Mike grew up on the same street. I think I played hockey against Broen a little bit. So yeah, no, we knew each other before. And we all kind of moved at different times. Like I was here the first, and then I think Broen came up, and then Jeremy, and then Mike. So we all kind of trickled in one by one, and then kind of formed the band here, I guess.
Cool. Is there a music scene on Prince Edward Island? Is it a pretty musical place?
I don't know what it's like now. I haven't been home in a long time, but there definitely was a really cool scene back in like, I want to say 2010, maybe 2010. Like Jeremy's old band and Broen's old band would play shows, Mike's old band, and there was a really cool scene then, but I can't speak to what it's like now. I haven't been home in a long time.
Yeah. Well, you all seem like you have so much fun playing together, and it's clear that you've known each other for a long time. Do you all hang out quite a bit outside of the band, or is it mostly just business? Do you have activities that you like to do together outside of music? Jeremy, you want to take that one?
No.
No. Hate these guys.
Strictly business relationships.
Yeah. Try to keep it really professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. We only wear blazers when we meet. We've got a dress code.
Only during press conferences like this, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, only the big press conferences.
Right. I like your art and aesthetic as a band too, and I'm so curious about, is that a catfish behind you? That seems to be like, is that the band mascot? Is there a story behind the catfish? Mike, do you want to take that one?
Again, it was a friend of Jeremy's who'd been taking a bunch of photographs, and we happened to be leafing through them just a few years ago, and we spotted one that had this catfish on it. And from there, we decided to get a friend involved and design it. I think Brian knew the actual artist who designed this bigger banner.
I just know my friend painted this actual one that you're talking about. So we use this as like backdrops for shows and stuff. Yeah.
But our friend Nora did the initial design, didn't she? From Mark's photos.
Yeah.
Does the catfish have a name?
Yeah, it has a Japanese name, but I can't remember it.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna.
Well, I like it. You've got some more songs for us, again, from the new record, Cooler Returns. I'm DJ Morgan from KEXP, speaking with Kiwi Jr. We're going to hear the next 3 songs. We're going to hear Domino, Highlights of 100, and Undecided Voters, all from the new record, Cooler Returns. Jeremy, I have to ask you, what is the domino that you say you don't need in the song?
Probably pizza.
Oh, interesting.
No,
I was
I'm
thinking
kidding.
like the game dominoes.
Yeah, probably more like that. That's one of those ones where you kind of have a title and you just play with it and shape it, and you might not know necessarily, what you've got at the end of the day, but you like it. And
we should press Jeremy on this one. We're all curious as well. What is the domino?
Okay.
what was that
is
movie
the
called,
domino?
Domino?
Oh yeah, was it Mickey Rourke in that?
Sienna Miller.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll say it's that. It's that movie.
We don't
There you
need
go.
that movie.
It's the movie. I still like that it's pizza. That's your first answer. I think is my favorite.
Probably pizza.
I don't need the Domino's pizza. Yeah. I could go with Pizza Hut instead. This is Kiwi Jr. live on KEXP at home. This is the song Domino from their new record, Cooler Returns, that just came out on Sub Pop Records this past January 2021.
Highlights of 100.
Highlights playing in my head. Highlights of the living dead. Highlights. There's been a specter haunting Texas ever since they drank whiskey on the moon. I heard some news that made me really lose the room. Spotlight on a 7-point spread. Spotlight. picked up, set for less. Hopping genres on the lot. The actors cannot find the stage. But by the aging horses trot. Boy, am I glad that you paged. I knew this kid who went nuclear when he didn't get into film school. He broke his neck in an empty pool, hitting bottom after bottom. But I got plans to build my house, a great big house out in the country, 16 terabytes of land with asterisk and ampersand. I cast votes at the high school gym. I spoil the ballot again and again, again and again, again and again, again and again, just like it's tradition. Yeah, it's tradition. Horses pass by, turning cold eyes, yeah.
Okay.
Dead men from a desert grave cry out, and there that's Spartacus. But you're going to art school now, so what do you care anyhow? You take a photo of the CN Tower, you take another of the Honest Ed sign. Well, I take photos of your photos, and they really move people I know online. Undecided voters, undecided voters, undecided voters, undercover. King Crab's got 4 or 5 bank accounts. King Crab doesn't care about time zones. Federally funded to Betterly on Sundays. Glasgow's on fire for the second time in 5 years, making headlines like a bad dream. Always on site, never a part of the scene. Undecided voters, undecided voters, undecided voters, undercover. When the results come out, the grind begins to shout about machines printing their own sculptures. They're going all in on the new subculture. Undecided voters, undecided voters, undecided voters, undercover voters, 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 live from KEXP.
It's Kiwi Jr. live on KEXP at home. You just heard Undecided Voters from the new record Cooler Returns. Before that, highlights of 100 and the song Domino. Jeremy, was Undecided Voters inspired by the U.S. election by chance? Or was that
No.
another one that was just,
No, we had
Pizza.
this song. Yeah,
sorry.
we had this song at least a year or two before the election. This was one of the rare songs that we had been able to play live before we got shut down and made the record. So this one had been road tested a bit. But it did, the timing worked out that it did come out during election fever. And it was all anyone was talking about was this song. And I'm just kidding.
He was making it on all kinds of election playlists.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper.
That was our goal, but
He was
no, I'm
bumping
just
it.
kidding.
if we release it right now, it's gonna climb the charts. In the song, there's a reference to a character, I assume, called King Crab, and you have a music video too where it's like people are debating. Maybe are we voting for King Crab in the song?
Lord, I hope not. I hope not. Bad guy.
Yeah, I don't know much about King Crab, but what I do know I don't like. So I definitely would not be voting for him.
We are not voting for King Crab.
No, he's evil.
Where was that? Yeah, good. Where was the music video shot that you did for that song, and what was sort of the concept behind that video? Mike, you want to take that one, or Broen, you want to take that one?
It was in the community center, like a community hall basement, actually. And it was exactly that, just supposed to be two candidates arguing back and forth. Yeah, and that was basically it. It was pretty straightforward from our side of things.
You've made lots of music videos for this record. Is that something that you all enjoy? Broen, do you guys like making those videos? Is that fun?
No, I would say no. We don't like making them. I would say we don't enjoy making them, but we make them. I mean, we didn't really have a lot else because we couldn't tour or anything, right? So we felt like we had to do something to try to promote the record, and we try to do as much as we could, given the options available. So do we enjoy the videos? No.
I love that. You're like, I hate these. Speaking of touring, you all have shows booked on the horizon starting in September, which is super exciting. Some European dates and some Canadian dates. And I think you're the first band that I've interviewed during the pandemic that finally has shows back booked, which is a very hopeful thing that feels like progress. Besides the pre-recorded sessions that you've been doing, obviously, like this one, will this be the first time that you'll actually be playing these new songs in front of a live audience, Mike?
Yeah, definitely. We're not even sure how we're going to do it.
Really? I mean, I assume you've been practicing a lot since you've been doing these videos and hanging out and stuff.
Yeah, it's fairly recent that we've been allowed to get together and practice. It's only been about a week or two, so still still knocking some rust off and trying to figure out how to play these songs live. But I'm sure we'll get there.
Is that the government having those rules that you haven't been able to get together? That's recent.
Yeah, like the province of Ontario where we live was hit pretty hard with like a second and third wave. So we were sort of in and out of lockdowns up until just maybe 2 weeks ago. Maybe not quite 2 weeks.
Wow. That's crazy. Broen, where are you most forward to touring when the tour starts? Is there anywhere you're looking forward to going? Or are you just excited to play shows?
Oh yeah, like all the hot spots. Like we want to go to Times Square, and we want to go to Eiffel Tower,
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah. Just the big attractions. Really, that's what when we go on tour. That's the first thing we do is like hit up the local Hard Rock Cafe. Take in all like the history and things like that, and just like really soak in the. No, I'm not
Uber
sure. tourists? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We just, we want that experience. But no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we're. Probably everywhere. Probably anywhere other than Toronto, which we've been trapped in for the last year and a half.
I hear you. I'm very sick of my house, and I am looking forward to going literally anywhere else. So before the shows kick off, do you have any plans for the rest of your summer? Are you just going to be practicing and stuff? Brian?
Yeah, we're definitely going to practice a lot, and we actually have some studio time booked at some point, I think in August maybe. So that'll be fun. And basically learn how to play Cooler Returns live and maybe pick it away at a third record.
Awesome. That sounds really fun. And I hope everything stays as planned for you all. I hope you have a fun time on your tour. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for that great live performance video. We really, really enjoyed it.
Thanks, Morgan.
Thank you, Morgan.
Thanks for having us. Our pleasure.
course. And hopefully we'll see you in Seattle in person, hopefully in the next year when you have your third record out. That would be awesome.
Perfect.
And take care. We'll see you soon. And thank you all so much for tuning in today. Appreciate you watching. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more of these KEXP live at home performances. And you can find out more information and listen to our live broadcast at our website, kexp.org as well. And again, thank you so much for supporting listener-powered independent KEXP. We'll see you next time. It's KEXP Seattle. Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.